This is off-road mission control. Notifying Central MCP. We have lost contact.
Here we go. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. My rhymes is like dropping your head on cement, cracking it open, hoping to make a dent. I'm hell bent on resurrection, perfection. Lesson number one, rekindle the essence. Rap ain't about busting caps and fucking bitches. It's about fluency with rhyme and ingenuity. All of this is new to me. See, I keep rhymes with scrutiny under a microscope. I walk a tightrope, a thin line between insanity and sanity, mixed with a little vanity, boosting the morality with viral hospitality. Soon to strike it rich like calories, salaries. Sounds like a plan, and I will expand hip-hop as well. Might even kick a little impromptu to stomp you weaklings, speaking things foreign to the human ear that you will hear now, whether you like it or not. My plots bring a little light on the situation and all the stipulations. The shit you wasting time on, you pawns. It was planned like that, but we can fight back like David Horowitz and say we want no more of this and put it in a cryogenic status. We place it with the latest in technology, hip-hop policies that demolish your follies. Ali, oxen free, get off of me, you can't see this. Your defeatist attitude will get you nowhere fast. I tend to my task, cause life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Don't even start on the next man. Let's scan your situation. Used to have no patience. Flip on niggas, rob niggas, even family. All the way up to your moms, you can't stand to be in the house. But when you kicked out, you begging to come back in. Then the same old skit happens. You say you rapping, but you don't know the essence. Just hoe slapping, busting caps is your message. Plus, every time I put some skrill down, you steal it. If that's your way of teaching me a lesson, I don't feel it. Your raps reflect your life, and that's a shame. Cause the way it sounded, you must think that it's a game. I can see you came from the ghetto, but you came from the meadow. You really need to let that go. You got no respect for hip-hop, and you trying to rhyme, buying your time, and I find it a crime. I even tried to bury the hatchet, man, cause we all African. You wanna be a rapper, start practicing. You can't even flow right. Spend most of your time fucking hoes, getting in fights, hanging out with no mission in life. And you're missing your life, and you'll be missing out on life. I won't sweat you for that G you stole, cause if you're still alive, I'll be there to see you fall. Told you, life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, shut the hell up. You can be a rapper, an actor, a gun clapper, a comedian providing laughter as a bachelor, a pastor of a chapter, a doctor, a lawyer, a fireman, hired hand, whether boy or girl. It's your world, your future, you control it. Whatever you do early on is how you mold it. I recorded, sold it, told it to you. Mr. Dell wouldn't tell you nothing that ain't true, because life is a blast when you know what you're doing. Best to know what you're doing for your life get ruined. Life is a thrill when your skill is developed. If you ain't got a skill or trade, then shut the hell up. Think you're able to label the hyro sound? You still haven't found a comparable variable. You think you're able to label the hyro sound? You still haven't found a comparable variable. Are you mark? Yeah. This the freshest shit.
Welcome back to another round of industry news. Some surprising news this month, so stick around. Starting off with mice, we have big moves from Pulsar, announcing a mouse with none other than Tense. If you still remember, over a year ago he actually announced his own mouse, and opened pre-orders at $200 without any info on the shape and specs, which was quickly shut down after getting blasted for it. But after a year of work, it seems like he actually made it happen, seeing that the site link now redirects back to Pulsar. Judging by these screenshots, the shape is its own design, and expectedly, it is a claw shape with the back hump. Equally expected with Pulsar, it is the same line of specs, except one sensor, their own optical switches, support for 8K polling at 47 grams. The mouse will be available worldwide on the 14th of April, and it seems he learned his lesson. It is only $130 instead of $200, with the 8K dongle and UHMWP ECX included. And as working with the biggest Valorant player is not enough, their collab with the Wu himself is also leaked, called the Chosen X, an ergo ship with both medium and midi sizes, seemingly inspired by the Vexy Outset AX. You might expect the same specs as the Tense mouse, but it seems Side will make the call to use mechanical switches, going back to the one's industry standard blue shell pink dots. Pulsar probably didn't like that call. Other than that, it is the same specs, with the medium at 57 grams and the mini at 54 grams. Pricing is unknown, but we'll bet it's also $130. Not as big, but they're also doing a mouse with T1 and PRX, with special colorways for the X2 Mini and X-Lite Mini. Their rise in esports has been very impressive, reminds us of Sawi in the old days. Equally surprising, but in the opposite way, we have G-Wolves losing their minds and going on a rampage on Twitter. First by claiming to be working on transparent PET PCBs, not a new technology but a first in the space. Then claims of research into magnetic levitation, allowing for hovering mice. Then some very cringe AR marketing. Then this is completely off topic for us at this point, but it is too insane to not cover. They step into philosophizing with Elon Musk, posing as a Chinese travel account, and finally, to top it all off, and we're not joking with this one, selling sacred objects from Yonghe Temple in Beijing, China, already blessed through ritual consecration at $190. They claim that they are blessed by Tibetan monks and either brings good luck, career and skills, and health. Running out of money, they're only getting one-shotted by ayahuasca, the owner's daughter wants a side hustle, you'll be the judge. Next, WL mouse with the, do I have to say this? The meow. Their attempt at a fingertip shape, the mouse comes in at a tiny 91 by 55 by 34 mm and features similar specs as their other offerings. Nordic MCU, 3950, options for both Armor opticals and TTC black dot switches, and support for 8K polling at 31 grams. The design also commits very hard to the cat theme, with paws all over the mouse. There's a pun there. Prices are yet to be confirmed, but the site marks it at $155, which is quite pricey compared to the other offerings. Full availability comes on the 15th of April. Not a massive release, but worth mentioning is the AM Infinity from Angry Meow. What's with the cats? Anyway, this might be the GPX clone to end all GPX clones. Using a very impressive metal shell that looks more like a supercar, the mouse comes in at 49 grams, and 39 grams without the battery. Speaking of which, this is one of the rare mice that we've seen that supports hot swap batteries, allowing you to charge it back up with the dongle. The rest of the mouse features a 3950, support for 8K watt and wireless polling, and TTC opticals, and is available at $140, which is lower than you might expect. We hope that more companies will look into hot swap batteries down the line. Now, into the quickfire round. A potential death at the V4 spotted in the wild. Pulsar working on some shapes. This could be related to the leaked Cyber mouse with the redacted hashtag, but we can't be sure. Logitech releases the Superlight 2 SE. It's the Superlight 2, but it's red, and only has 1K polling by default. Some people actually got their hopes up thinking it's a small version. Speaking of releasing Superlights, ATK is also on it with their own clone called the A9, 5 versions from the SE to the Ultra. The Ultra is $65 with a 3950, Nordic MCU, 8K watt and wireless polling at 53 grams. Sounds like a better deal to me. And if you want to upgrade your old Superlight 1 or even a G Pro wireless, they even have PCB upgrade kits for them now. Looks interesting. But the battery placement is a little high. After cloning the GPX so many times, Chinese brands are finally kicking things up a notch with the Kaisona Uranus Pro. And yes, that is a KPU clone, an extremely popular shape from a few years back. $33.95, 8K wireless, 54 grams at a very competitive $40. There's also the Damoshock N7 Max, a SteelSeries Prime clone. Not much information available though. Then we have Fangtech sub-brand T-Volution with the Terra, an actually faithful G703 clone. $39.50, 8K wireless, and 49 grams and $80 on Indiegogo at the time of writing. The dongle is even a full OLED display. Now into mousepads. We have SteelSeries with a surprise comeback, updating the QC kit with options for speed, balance, and control. And finally, after a decade of fraying pads, stitched sides. Reviews have been very positive, particularly for the speed. A little pricey at $45 for the 490 by 420mm size. While this isn't a huge release for most of our viewers, these pads will be available at retail in person worldwide, which is massive for the average consumer. You can see this difference in priorities, as their rep explains why the new release still has the pad rolled up in the box. Surprise is because retail space is limited. Logitech with the PowerPlay 2, For those that don't know, they actually figured out wireless charging for mice years ago, giving you unlimited battery life. However, it is still absolutely tiny, now uses 2 USB ports instead of 1, and they even took away the detachable cable, just to make it worse. Faxi with the PEK and PEK GEH, another cough pad from the brand. This time supposedly improving on the surface with feedback from pros, increasing vertical speed and adding extra moisture resistance. The GEH is the same pad, just with an even stickier base. Faxi further claims the pad is slightly slower than the very popular PA. Both versions are around $50, but it seems it's harder to make than imagined, with Faxi claiming high defect rates from the factory and halting production. Guess what? More glass pads, a now limited drop from Warhack with the Gravity Yuma. Are we not sick of this yet? Now into keyboards. We have a surprise entry from Gateron stepping into the PCB market with their GT60 Pro PCB. Clearly aimed at the highly popular Phantom 60HG, it boasts equally impressive specs such as AK polling and a claimed latency as low as 0.07 milliseconds. And for the divers out there, it also works underwater. The rest of the specs are nothing new: web drivers, auto calibration, and a claimed algorithm optimization for Gateron switches. It is available at $109, which sounds like a lot, but keep in mind that it comes with the plate, foam, and stabs. Similar offerings from Geonworks would end up somewhere around the same. Regardless, it is interesting to see Gateron expanding into this niche. Next we have the Newfie BH65. Aluminum case, AK polling, Gateron Jade Gaming or J-Pro switches, plate mount, and all the software features you expect. $160. And check out this poem there for the keyboard. And finally, the SigaKey HM80HG. Mostly an aluminum case upgrade over the popular HM80 with a very rugged design, this is mostly the same board, featuring the same OLED screen and the same generous amount of foam. Given the popularity of the HM80, this is also surprisingly only $40 extra at $200. And that's all the news for March 2025. Back to the record books. You know what to expect at this point. We have Maddie with a 12-18 on VT floating heads of fans. Again, a jaw-dropping lead by 160 points when there's only 3 scores in total in the 4 digits. Next, a 44-63 on VT control sphere advanced, a smaller lead by 160 points. A 1610 on 3D Fortagon advanced, the first to hit 1600. A 1380 on VT Pulse advanced, landing 150 hits and leading by almost 200 points. Snake Track got reworked this month. While Maddie does not have the record as of recording, he does own the record for March, with a 41-49. Next, a 4150 on VT PGT Advanced, the first to break into the 4100s. Then, a couple of small improvements. A 750 on VT Fly TS Advanced, a small bump on his own record by 8 points. A 1360 on VT Eddie TS Advanced, 3 kills over his PP. A 40-42 on VT Ether Advanced, improving by 20 points and still the only one in the 4000s. Lastly, a 1513 on VT.TS advanced, the only 1500 on the leaderboards with no FOD. And outside of benches, we have a 15711 on Control Sphere, destroying Cover on the classic scenario. And that's all the workers for March 2025. Links to all files are in the description. Check them out.